Almost 72 hours after a massive snowstorm hit Toronto, the city remains under a major snowstorm condition as crews continue to work around the clock to clear snow and major snowbanks like this one on Coxwell Avenue. This one is blocking at least one lane in a high traffic area. And in some parts of the city, the sidewalks remain unusable, creating treacherous conditions for the most vulnerable populations.
This is only cleared because of the snow that melted.
Right.
Nobody came and cleared it.
Like this was all completely covered.
Oh yeah. This whole thing was one big bank.
An orange cone now blocks the sidewalk near St. Clair and Spadina after Cale Rebick's 74-year-old father was hospitalized 24 hours ago. He was on a routine walk with his dog here, but a snowbank was blocking his way.
There was no path to get around, so there was a crevice sort of in the snowbank. And he stepped in there, couldn't keep his footing, fell over.
Oh no.
Yeah, he said he knew it was broken right away.
When paramedics arrived, even they had trouble bringing a stretcher to him. His ankle is now in a cast.
And they said at least 6 to 8 weeks off his feet.
It must have been so scary to, see your dad like that.
It was horrible. I mean, of course, he's your dad. And I mean, he's 74 years old, but he's perfectly able-bodied.
Yeah.
Never had an issue with mobility, walks the dog every day. And now, I mean, I don't know.
Rebick tells us with so many elderly people living in this community, snow removal should be a priority.
A lot of people feel trapped, they don't feel safe walking on the street.
Toronto has set aside $109.5 million for its 2023 winter operations budget, but the councillor for the ward tells us the city isn't living up to its commitments.
I've seen the ads on the bus shelters saying winter is coming and so are we. Well, for a lot of people in Toronto, the city never came.
What do you see as the solution?
Yeah, it's about having better contracts. I was one of the few councillors who voted against the new round of contracts.
How come?
It was rushed onto the council floor. I don't believe most people read most of what was in front of us.
Why does it take, 3 days to get to some of these sidewalks?
Usually it does not take 3 days. So usually it takes maybe 16, 17 hours to make sure that these sidewalks are cleared. But the fact that we have received a significant amount of snow is really causing some delays.
The city tells us plowing operations are substantially complete and crews are now working on cleanup and active snow removal to clear any snowbanks blocking sidewalks, bike lanes, and transit hubs. Why can't that be done in tandem with the plowing, the snow removal?
Good question. So the same crews that do the plowing and salting are the same crews that do the snow removal.
CityNews crews took a drive in neighboring York Region, where it appeared streets and sidewalks had been completely cleared. Why does it feel like this is a Toronto-specific problem?
Now, as you can appreciate, Toronto is a huge city. It is the 4th largest in North America. The number of sidewalks that we have in the city is staggering.
And the major snowstorm condition will be in effect for at least 72 hours, but is expected to be extended. Now, any drivers parked along snow routes, designated snow routes, are being asked to remove their vehicles. Police say that they could be facing fines up to $200, and their car could be towed if they don't move them. And as you can see, the city has started placing these orange signs to warn drivers not to park in these designated snow routes.